Hi, I'm Brundage, and I have here a flathead catfish. It is 38 pounds weighing, and it is 41 inches long. It was caught in Fort Scott Lake, Fort Scott, Kansas, on August 9th at August 9th, 2011, at around 10 o'clock. It was caught on a rod and reel on a bluegill about 3 inches long, a live bluegill on the bottom. I was the one that caught it, and here it is. It's a monster, biggest fish I've caught by far. And today I'm going to show you how to fillet a catfish. And what we need is a good sharp fillet knife. If it's not sharp, you're going to end up hurting yourself or just making yourself do a lot of extra work. You also need a good pair of pliers. If you can get a skinning pair of pliers, that's even better. Today I just have a regular old mechanic's pair. But I'm going to show you how to fillet the fish, and you can fillet basically all catfish this way. This is definitely not the only way to do it, but this is the way that works for me, and it's the way I'm going to show you today. We have it hanging up just to make it easier to skin. You don't have to. Some people lay them down. With it being a big fish, it's even harder to lay them down and skin it, fillet it, whichever you want to call it. But so we have it hanging up. So to start off, basically we're going to take one side of the fish at a time. We're going to be tracing, and we're going to be cutting just under the skin. We're going to trace down the back, clear to the fin, tail fin, and around. And you want to cut around each of these fins. You can leave these on, I believe. And then we're going to cut around the belly as well. And we're basically going to pull down the whole skin as one piece once we get it there. Alright, well, let's get started here. So I'm cutting down the back, and then I'm going to cut around this dorsal fin, and I'll just go ahead and do both sides just to save some time, and then we'll just make one cut down the middle of the back. And this little guy is just basically cartilage, so just whichever side it falls on doesn't matter. So we're cutting down there. So basically just cut down the back. You don't have to cut down the back, as long as you cut around this fin, it's going to be good enough. So let's start cutting around the head. The top of the head for the flatheads don't have a lot of meat. It's got some right in here. We may right in here, but we're not going to mess with it on the video, at least. The belly has surprisingly just a big majority of the meat, so we want to make sure and get the belly. As I'm cutting around here, I'm making sure and staying just under the skin. That way we can peel the skin right off of the meat without taking the meat off. So basically our first goal is to get the skin off of the meat. So you see I traced around. Basically up in here is mostly bone, so it's kind of where the belly meat starts. And just kind of tracing around these fins here, under there. Okay. So, now that we got it traced on the top, let's go down here, trace around this fin down here if you can see it. Just going to cut along the edge, just clear around so we can pull the skin over it.